Hi guys, my name is George from Pinnacle Games, and we are at gamescom 2017. So we will check the indie booth now. We will see what guys have to offer. So let's go and do it. Please stop. Okay guys, this game is called Fox and Forest. Does it remind you of some other game name? Maybe Ghosts and Goblins? I don't know. So let's check it out. This is a hardcore action adventure. Hello? Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
What is your name?
I'm Rupert from Bonus Level Entertainment, and this is our first game, Fox and Forests. It's a 16-bit Super Nintendo style action platformer with RPG and puzzle elements.
Okay, do you die?
Well, it's yes, of course you die, but it's not a very hard game. It's like from 1 to 10, when 1 is a casual game and 10 is Bloodborne. Then I would say it's a 7 or an 8.
Okay, 16-bit, talking about 16-bit here, yes?
Yes.
What games were the main inspiration for your game?
So the main inspirations for Fox and Forests were games like Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Mega Man X, Wonder Boy Monster World, Actraiser 2, and also the Castlevania and Zelda series.
Ghosts and Goblins?
Yes, Ghosts and Goblins.
Okay, tell us about the features, special features about this game.
So the main key feature is that you can switch between 2 seasons per level. Sometimes from spring to summer, sometimes from summer to winter, sometimes from winter to fall. And every time with sort of a very special, unique effect. Sometimes rain comes up and kills the fire. Sometimes the water freezes and you can cross it, and so on. So it's a lot of fun, and no level feels the same.
Okay. When you plan to release, and what platforms?
We want to release this winter on PC, Windows, Linux, Mac, on Steam and DRM-free. And then later on next year, we would like to release it on consoles, on PlayStation, on Xbox, and on the Nintendo Switch.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay guys, talk about the hardcore experience. This game right here, Necrosphere, has got only 2 buttons to control, but it is very hard, I'll tell you. Let's check it out. Hello?
Yeah.
What is your name, please?
I can talk to these people. What? My name?
Yes.
Oh, Caio Lopes.
Okay, where are you from? How is
Brazil. No.
Brazil?
Yeah, I'm from Brazil.
How is your company called?
It's called Get Nigiri.
Tell us about your game, please.
Well, Necrosphere is a Metroidvania game. You play with only 2 buttons. We even managed to make a controller, so it's easy to see the concept of the 2 buttons and 1 pause button.
Okay, do you sell this controller separately?
Oh, we're not yet selling it, but after this event, we're really thinking about selling it seriously, because we only make those for this one's for a promotion called 1 month after the game is launched. Whoever beats it in less time, like speed running, gets a controller. But it's not all me. I made them. I would like to probably make more controllers because they're nice. People are liking the controllers as well.
Okay, 2 buttons and 1 pause button.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? What does those 2 buttons do?
The 2 buttons will only go move left and right. There's no jumping.
How do you dash?
Oh, you dash by double tapping after you got the dashing power up.
Okay, what is the game? What is the art style?
Oh, what's with the art style? Okay, the art style is basically pixel, but not very porous, not very pure. It's like whatever pixel we could do, because I made this game by myself. I wouldn't have time to make complex art, nor am I good. Am I an artist of any kind? So this was my first animation. So
do you actually sleep?
I do, but I sleep very little in weird time, weird hours. Yes, I don't.
Do you expect people to have pretty hardcore experience, hard game?
Oh yeah, it can be played by anyone. If you're very good, you can play it. It will be nice. But if you're a noob, you have to learn from scratch, just like the pro guy. So it sort of puts everyone in the same level. Of course, if you get to know other platform games, you know Gravity and the other concepts, but everyone can play it. Regardless of it being absurdly hard or not, you'll eventually get there.
Okay. What platforms will you sell your game on?
It will be sold on Steam September 1st for Windows and Mac, and then it will we're porting it to Unity so you can sell it on telephones and consoles.
Talking about prices, what price will be for your special controller?
Well, the special controller is not yet for sale. It is more like a prototype, but we'll have to think about it.
$60.
Yeah, that's nice. That would be nice. We have to see how cheap we can make it, so we can make it cheap to sell as well.
Okay, I hope it will become iconic eventually.
What? Yeah, I hope
iconic.
so. I hope so.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, we will now exercise the demons right here with our priest. Hello.
Hello,
Please tell us what is your name?
my name is Giorgio,
What is your company called?
Interactive Stone.
Tell us about your game, Grey Dawn.
Well, Great Dawn is an adventure horror game infused with religious elements, and it's about the Eastern culture. It's a combination like Bram Stoker did with Dracula. It's a character that travels from the Victorian England. It travels to Romania to discover the Eastern culture.
Okay, your game is pretty thoughtful and deep, and it has puzzles, right? What audience do you expect to play this game?
Well, it's a pretty mature game actually. It's not for kids, even if it looks very pretty, you know, very beautiful landscapes, very shiny objects. It's a pretty dark game actually, and the subject itself, that it's because it has deep religious meanings. It's a story with a religious context. It makes up for a very difficult game to comprehend and to actually to digest it.
Okay, you have some pretty crazy stuff in it, just like Bible references. Yes?
Do I have what? Bible stuff?
Bible references.
Yeah, well, it's a religious game, so I wouldn't put pink ponies flying around. It has to have religious references. If you watch The Exorcist, it's a horror movie. It's about religious stuff. It's about possessed people, so it uses the imagery, religious themes. You know, the Bible is obviously a very important item here. You know, it's normal for this type of game, for this type of project.
Have you exercised the demons yourself?
Right now I'm exercising one. No, I'm not a priest. As much as I would like, I'm not a priest. I'm just a simple cosplayer. I'm a character actually from my own game. That's all.
When your game will be released on Steam and on consoles, yes?
It will be released on PlayStation and PC and Xbox, and we are playing around with VR. We have actually big plans with VR. But first of all, PC and consoles.
When?
The beginning of the next year, that means maybe January or February, something like this. It depends on how the testing works and managing logistics and stuff like this.
Okay, how did you manage to get in touch with Carbon?
With the founders?
Yes. I suppose they support you.
Yeah, Carbon actually is financing us. It's a game incubator from Romania, and it's a new project actually. It's the first incubator for games from Romania, and they decided that they want to go with, my guess is to something that feels really authentic for our country. You know, making a game about the Eastern cultures. So I think that's why they are financing us, and maybe they have high hope on us.
What do they do to support developers like you?
Well, they're financing small projects, indie projects. Well, the first thing is the money that they give us, then logistics, management, papers, so all the paperwork you need to found a company. They helped us come at gamescom, at very big indie festivals. Testing, we need a lot of testing, so we need a lot of people to test the game, professional testing, things like this.
Okay, thank you very much. Good luck with your game.
Thank you. Thank you. Have fun.
So guys, do you remember split screen times? Right here, insane idea. Let's check it out. It's so crowded here, so we'll try to reach this guy. Hello, what is your name?
I'm Josia.
Okay, company, country?
We're Team Dio and we're showing the game Dio and we're from Germany.
Okay, tell us about your game and the main features of this game. Tell us about.
Yeah, so Dio is like a two-player local co-op puzzle platformer, and it's about two minotaurs who are trapped in their maze and try to find the exit. And the main mechanic is that you have a split screen game, but you can, with the press of a button, merge the two sides of the split screen and walk over to the other side. And you have to use this to like rearrange the level in a certain way and find new ways to find the exit of the maze.
What is with this split screen? So now it is not restricted for one person to go out of it, correct?
Yeah, you can, like, it's a toggle. Normally in a split screen, the camera follows you around and the camera follows the other player around. But if you press a button, they stop moving, and you can like go over to the edge of the screen and walk into the other player's screen.
This is crazy. Okay, guys, why the Minotaur theme? Why?
Well, we actually approached it from the game design perspective. We made a prototype without any graphics or any art style, and we built some level, and they were all like a little bit maze-like and stuff like that. And so we thought, well, what's an interesting thing to do with a maze? And then we thought the Minotaurs are pretty cool and like iconic, so we put them in the game.
Okay, the last question. Platforms and release date.
We're releasing for PC first and afterwards for consoles, and we're hoping for a release later this year, but we don't have a date yet.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Well, alright guys, I know where I will spend all of my money. I will spend it on this product. It's called Hyper Sentinel. Let's speak to the creator. Hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Please tell us what is your name and what company do you work for?
Sure. So my name's Rob Hewson. The company is called Huey Games. It's my company. I'm one of the directors. There's three of us working on this game, Hyper Sentinel, which is coming out in January.
Okay. Have you worked in the industry before?
Yeah, so I've been in games development for 12 years, I think. So previously I was a game director at TT Games working on the Lego games. So I did Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens and Lego Batman and 6 different Lego games and other games before that. But yeah, this is a new company and this is a new game. It's going to be our first game as an indie developer.
Okay, why did you decide to create your own company instead of working for the big guys?
It's been an ambition of mine for many years. I love the creative control and working together with a small team and just the excitement of putting our own thing out on the market and being fully in control of it. Yeah, it's a really exciting time to be able to do that, and the opportunity came up, so we said, you got to go for it. You only live once, right? And yeah, you got to go for it and see what you can do.
Okay, this game has some crazy vibe to it, crazy retro vibe.
Yeah.
Tell us about the idea. Why this stuff?
Yeah, so we're very fortunate to have a very good retro gaming following. My father was in the industry in the 80s, and a lot of people like the games that he did, and so we had a successful Kickstarter campaign that the retro community came together and helped us fund this game. It's got a very strong influence from games like Iridium in terms of style, and games like Defender in the arcade and R-Type, and there's lots of those influences that come together to make this as a shoot 'em up. But obviously, modern features, modern design principles, you know, different game modes, different difficulties, medals and achievements, all of that stuff's in there too.
So you can tell that you will unite audiences that love retro games and new guys. So you will introduce this kind of games to them, yes?
Yeah, so we think of it, we call it neo-retro. That's how we think of it internally, that's our guiding principle. And we're big fans of games like Shovel Knight, where it's like, yeah, it's taken retro style, but it's done new things with it and added new kind of modern features onto it. And that's what we want to do for the shoot 'em up genre, to give people an arcade shoot 'em up that feels like, oh, it's nostalgia, but actually there's loads of cool new, you know, modern features to it as well.
Can you show us what is going on in this game?
Okay, so this at the moment, this is in arcade mode. So the objective is for the player to shoot all of the targets on the deck of this space destroyer that have got the green arrows there. There's 11 remaining in the top left, 9 now. He's just collected the dual beam weapon upgrade. Hopefully he's going to finish off the last couple of green arrow targets, and then you got a boss battle. So you face off against a boss, and we've got unique bosses for every level, and they've got different destructible elements to it. So we're not quite on the boss yet, but yeah.
Okay, his boss is coming up right now.
Boss is coming up. So this is a plasma rifle. There's one more target that the player needs to hit here. I'm not sure. When we're going to get to that, but yeah, it gets quite frantic as you're approaching the end of the level. You can flip the ship and turn either way, and dodge enemies that way. You've got different weapon upgrades and power-ups and smart bombs. So yeah, it's very fast-paced, action-packed game.
That was the last.
That's the last target. Yeah.
Last target.
I think he's focused on killing the enemy fighters at the moment, rather than. And your health there is regenerating, so it'll regenerate when you're not taking damage.
Okay, well, will you have bigger maps, bigger levels?
Yeah, so there's 12 levels at launch, all sorts of different designs. They've all got different features and hazards on them. You can see he's collected one of the other weapon upgrades here, which is the Astro Mace, which is my favourite. Swings around and takes out enemies. But yeah, all the levels have unique bosses, unique hazards to avoid and get through. And there's 3 game modes as well. So this is arcade. There's also Surge, which is a survival mode. There's boss run mode, 3 different difficulty settings. Every level has 5 different medals to achieve as well. So leaderboards, there's loads of stuff in there.
Okay, how do you manage making games all by yourself or with 2 other guys? Is it hard to be a completely independent developer?
Yeah, I mean, we use Unity as our game engine because it's easy to go cross-platform, and we just have to manage the roles and juggle things and take our time to perfect the game. So we've got 2 programmers, myself on the design and production side as well. One of the programmers is the main designer, and we just have to collaborate and work together and work hard and take our time to get it right.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.